From the very first creatures that lived on Earth to the largest animals ever to have existed, all organisms that we can imagine have depended on water for their survival. But what is it that makes water so special? To find out, let's take a look at a water molecule. Both the hydrogen and the oxygen atoms that make up a water molecule contain electrons, elementary particles that are negatively charged as opposed to the positively charged nucleus. However, the electrons aren't distributed evenly throughout the water molecule. As a result, the oxygen atom has a net negative charge, but the two hydrogen atoms are positively charged. This so-called polarity is the cause of many of the important properties that water has, such as its ability to form polar bonds with many different types of molecules. Acting as a medium in which organic compounds could mix with one another, water facilitated the formation of the planet's first life forms, possibly even protecting them from the sun's radiation. From those simple early organisms to the most complex plants and animals, water has played a critical role in survival ever since. It is the solvent for the electrolytes and nutrients needed by the cells, and also the solvent to carry waste material away from the cells. With water as a solvent, osmotic pressure acts to transport the necessary water into cells. When more complex mechanisms control the transport of molecules across the membranes into and out of the cells, the presence of water as the surrounding medium and solvent is essential for metabolism. It is by now clear that water played a very important role in the origin of life on Earth. But what about other planets? Could a different sort of life originate in other places in the universe? It is indeed very possible that a chemical other than water could be the solvent that supports life, but we have not found it yet. Biochemists are almost certain that at a minimum, life requires a liquid of some sort to survive, with ammonia and formamide being the most obvious alternatives. Both these molecules have their own set of problems, however. Liquid ammonia only exists at extremely low temperatures, making it unlikely that organisms could find the energy to support metabolism. Formamide, on the other hand, actually stays liquid over a larger temperature range, and like water, it's a solvent capable of dissolving many organic materials. But so far there is little to no evidence that formamide could support life. But where did all this life-sustaining water come from? How were the oceans, home to millions of species, formed? A common theory is that water on the young Earth came from two different sources, 4 billion years ago, when the Earth was essentially a very large and hot rock, without a trace of water on its surface. These two sources are outgassing from within the Earth and bombardment by water-carrying comets. Outgassing is the process whereby gases are released from molten rock in the mantle of the planet by volcanic activity. This was probably the primary source of gases for the early atmosphere. Moreover, comets and asteroids can bring with them gases which contributed to the Earth's atmosphere. This water on Earth stayed in gaseous form until the planet's surface cooled below 100 degrees Celsius. At this time, 3.8 billion years ago, water condensed into rain and poured onto the land. Water collected in low-lying areas which gradually became the primitive oceans. A few 100 million years later, the origin of life took place.